So I started to work on breather valve, and I noticed that some of the bolts are worn out, and I was not able to open it with hexagon key, hex key. And I found a genius solution that first you drill where the bolt is, you drill with a small drill inside. Then you use a drift punch to make a hole a little bit more bigger, and then use the T25 Torx, and you slam it with the hammer till it jams and you're able to open it up, and the bolt can be let loose easily. So that's one way to deal with the broken bolts on your own. So we're gonna open it up, look at the state, how the breather is, and continue. The next step is to open the wiring from here. Oh, it's already out. And open the air filter over here. It easily comes out. At least it was like this. Yeah, someone tried to paint it, so yeah. Then you take out the air filter, which also needs a change. This car is very used, so there are no bolts that hold the span. Later on I'm gonna fix it with a zip ties, but this one easily comes out like this, and the only one is stopping is the when bolts. It's out of the way, you have to open these hex keys. There's one here down below. Be careful not to drop them in, because if you have a pan or a 3-liter diesel, there's a pan, the engine is a little bit more forward, then you need to get under. Yeah, so there's one bolt, there's 3, 4, and there is one here inside. Then you can take this cover off, and yeah, and there is like 4 bolts on breather valve damaged, and we're gonna try to do the same thing as this one. Clean the breather valve and order a new one and put it in. I finally found the right one, but it's really important that you do not drop it in, as it can go into abyss and get lost forever. So loosen the bolts. It's really hard to do with one hand. So yeah, there's some bolts, loosen it up with the T5. You can see it. It's pretty ghetto, but it works. And when this bolt is removed, you can easily remove the cover for the air filter. There's a brand new air filter. I wanted to change the breather valve over there, but I couldn't, because I didn't know the correct way to finish up with the bolts, and I found a really good method with that I explained earlier, and I'm gonna try here on this bolt, and there's another one, and try to clean it with the brake cleaner and see in what state the breather valve is. Also, if you have original bolts here, and there shouldn't fall out from the plastic, but here it is missing the inter coupling, like this one, that does not allow the screw to fall out into the abyss. Yeah, but since 2004 there's a lot of repairs done here, and it's gone. Yeah, so this part is out, and I'm gonna put it aside and see the bolts that are stripped. So we have basically all bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts are stripped, and the oil is spraying. So as you can see closer, there are 4 bolts holding the breather valve. Oh, maybe 5, no, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all stripped. So our task is to loosen them up a bit so I can order the new one and change the whole unit. Yeah, usually you can buy a separate inlet that is located here. It's like €8 or $10 for diesels, and you can swap it in, and you don't have to use like 20 euros for the whole unit itself. So, but in this case, we need to disassemble everything and yeah, buy a new one. So the plan is as follows. We use a 3 or 4 millimeter metal drill. We drill right in the middle of the bolt. Then we use a drift punch. We make the hole a little bit wider, and then we use T25 and the hammer to make a perfect fit, and to be ready to turn it anti-clockwise. So that is the task. I will try to use with one hand the method, and I'm not sure it's gonna work out, but yeah, here goes. We're taking old reliable, we're marking the middle, and we start to drill. I'm not gonna show the whole process of drilling, just the initial way where to go. And yeah, once there is hole, I'm gonna use the other. So as you can see, there's a small hole there. And right now we're gonna beat in with the drift punch. It's hard to do with one hand, so I'm gonna start and then film the process. So it is in. Of course you have to tap it harder, but you have to check every once in a while if this fit for the T25. So you beat it with a hammer and the T25. It has to be good quality one. You beat it here, and once it's stuck, you're ready to turn. At this point I feel like a dentist. Yeah, slow progress. So we have a progress, and turns out you can fit the drift punch and just beat it till it sticks. And I don't know, the shadow kind of not helping right now, but yeah, you can twist it, and yeah. So that is the method. We have 2 bolts right now open, and we need to get 2 more to see what's inside of the belly. The top one was a real battle for more than 10 minutes. Yeah, so last one to go down there. And finally, after the long battle, the final bolt is loose. I broke off 2 drill bits. Yeah, so I need to get the new ones, but now we know how to get open a really bad bolts. So let's open the breather up, clean it with the brake cleaner, and then yeah, put it back and wait for the new one, because I didn't bought it. I thought give it a try, maybe I'll fail, but apparently I did not. So the dessert time, I left it for you. I'll get this out of the way, and let's see in what state. It hasn't been changed in ages. Oh my god, it's all oily. So the rubbers are seized in, and he pushes it through. So this is the changing side that you can change for some euros, 5 I think. Yeah, but it is in really bad shape, so I need to clean everything here and then proceed to change it. Just in case, I'll take the new filter somewhere else, not to get dirty it. Yeah, and I'll start to clean with brake cleaner, because all the rubbers are seized in, and it lets out gases, and all gases go inside through the filter into the cabin, so it's really bad smell, and yeah, that's not good for your health. And we're gonna just spray a little bit. And then clean with the so brake cleaner doesn't do any damage to the engine, it just evaporates eventually, so it's not bad. I'm gonna use a vacuum cleaner. Should be all clean right now. I'm gonna take out the rubber. Oh, it's not a rubber anymore, it's like a plastic. So I don't know if I want to touch it. I may be a little bit up with the oil a little bit. Well, yeah, I need to order it ASAP. So I managed to clean everything here. Real nice. I'm gonna try to remove the rubbers and kind of soften them up, at least for tomorrow. Yeah, then I need to clean these ones also. So the breather housing is clean, at least from the inside. I washed it with the brake cleaner, a little bit of gasoline. It's now evaporated, but we definitely need a new one. Yeah. So that is the last part, and I'm gonna assemble everything to get back together. And how to know if this part hasn't been changed in the ages? You have this was a rubber, and now it's a plastic. It kind of still bends, but the rubber shouldn't sound like this. And when it's like a plastic, it pushes through. Assembly back shouldn't be that hard. It's like a puzzle. Like everything you do here is like a puzzle. You start something and do the opposite way when you put everything back. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna show every process, because this video probably gonna take long, and just repeat steps, and that's it. And there's a really good feature on the rubbers that you cannot see here. You probably think use a knife or something to get them out, but there is a smarter way. You just use this one and slowly work around the edges. And for the second one is the same, but oh no, it's really fragile, so I'm probably not gonna open it up. So everything is put together back nicely. I had a little bit struggle with this one, and turns out I didn't notice that this line goes outside. I put it like it inside, and I couldn't get the last bolt. I had to do it all over again, but with these lessons you learn, and that's the most important thing. So for now, I'm gonna move it out from this garage, order a new breather with bolts, and probably an air filter also. So yeah, when I get a new parts, I'm gonna continue this. So I have purchased from the parts store breather valve, and it's not the best opening, but yes, inlet comes with all the bolts, not the best quality, but yeah, and with the rubbers also. So I'm gonna get home and install it. So journey continues. The old one is out again, and yeah, no major leaks around here, even though the car was started up for less than 2 or 3 minutes. It hasn't even been brought it all up and separated. So yeah, let's get the new one. This is the new one, this is the old one. They have the same function, but this one comes with pre-manufactured bolts. The quality, it is the cheapest one, so probably won't be the best one by the looks of it, but yeah, we need to change the rubbers inside there. Those are located in the box. Yeah, and let's proceed. The rubber around is very fragile. I better plug it off with some gloves to avoid some parts getting inside here. Yeah, and see how it goes. It's really a plastic one, and there's nothing still left from the rubber. Maybe some part, but overall it is very it's turned into plastic. So for the most time the rubber squeezes with the heat, and then it doesn't seal off this part from the engine, so a lot of oil leaks can happen. These ones is not the best, but you can see the difference. This rubber and this almost a plastic. First rubber is in, and there's a guide like this little flap at the corner. It should face upwards, so it should leave, I know I cannot focus, like this, not this, but like this. The ridge has to be specifically at the points where are those small gaps, so it helps you guide the lines, and you can see how much the distance and the ridge that has appeared. It will make a perfect seal for this breather, and it won't get past any oil, and it won't go inside the cabin. Snug it in place and give it a little push, so it should fit perfectly and not move in any other direction. So yeah, then you just put on the case. It's really hard to do with one hand, so I'm going to put it up and continue. After the battle with this bolt and the right positioning of the breather valve, it's finally in. It's holding on pretty good. Yeah, but it was quite a battle because it's not original one as this one, and the manufacturers for this part, it's not really accurate. So yeah, we're gonna put back everything together and see how everything goes. Car on idle for a bit. It doesn't leak anywhere around, so that's a good sign. And we can close everything up. Everything is put back together and finally done after 2 days. I started all with a small experiment if the bolt moves, and turned into the job a lot of struggles. Yeah, and again, hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry for my dirty hands, and probably see you in a next adventures. Bye.